Now what's happening is that we talk about a country, we talk about, living with fault lines. These fault lines between different races have been present from the time of 1957 since independence. And you can see here how fractured this road is. No one has bothered to repair it. And you got foreigners who come in here every day. Hundreds and hundreds of people walk through. This is an example of what is happening in a country that is fractured, where fault lines appear. And we pretend and we walk over it and we don't bother to heal it. And this is why we are so fractured in our character and culture of diversity. So tell me, there's a crisis of identity today, Tawfik. I mean, you can have broken pieces but different jars. But we're all broken and coming together in the same jar. And until we have that identity fixed in our mind that we are Malaysians, that crisis of identity can take years for those pieces to come together. So what does this mean to be a Malaysian today? Your thoughts on that? Because that's a big question on everybody's mind. I served in the army. I did my service 2 years. I was sent to a district hospital at that time, 1980s. I know what it is to hold an M16 rifle when communist was alive in Bao, in Sarawak. I know what it is to have a Malaysian Chinese on my right and a Malaysian Indian on my left. And we were all doctors serving. So the concept of, you cannot change the concept within of our core values, the way we were brought up and programmed that we are Malaysians. What's your thinking on that?
There are several issues that you brought up which come to mind. The first thing is how lucky you are to be in Sabah, where there are less prejudices among the people compared to what it is like in Peninsula. If you look at the fracture lines in that vast that we talk about, it's more pronounced in the Peninsula than it is, say, in Sabah and Sarawak, because Sabahans seem to have this knack of being able to live with each other, no matter what the faith or the race it being of each individual, compared to what it is like in the Peninsula, where we are very conscious of who's a Chinese, who's an Indian, who's a Malay, whether you're a Muslim, whether you're a non-Muslim. I think these are differences which are very pronounced in this part of the world, which are not so pronounced in places like Sabah. And I think you're very lucky to be in a place like Sabah, where the differences are not as pronounced. Secondly, when you talk about being a member of the armed forces and serving, it brings back certain nostalgia for me, because I was educated in the Royal Military College.
Right.
And the Royal Military College in Kuala Lumpur, I think, is the best place for a Malaysian to be at that time, because you had sons of fishermen, sons of farmers, minister's son like me, Indians, Chinese, Sikhs, Kadazans, Dayaks, all of them living in a dorm and learning how to live with each other under military discipline, but nevertheless living under one roof. And I think we need more Royal Military Colleges in all parts of Malaysia to build up the nation, so that people get the sense of neighborliness and togetherness that seems to be something that a common discipline and a common goal can achieve. And I think this is something which is missing in this country, and I think we need to build on it.